Welcome to Illuminati Silver. We tell you the truth about silver. Today is Wednesday the 13th of January 2021 and we're running a three-part series on platinum, looking at what price it is likely to reach this year. Yesterday we produced episode 1 and this is the second episode, looking at what other professional bodies or organizations are forecasting for the platinum price. So let's take a look. Now, before we move on to platinum, just a quick heads up that earlier today we published a video entitled Dollar Declines in Spite of Economic Future Looking Brighter. And also two videos yesterday, US Dollar Decline and Debt Clock Part 1 and US Dollar Decline and Debt Clock Part 2. And we've placed links to the three of these below. We highlighted in these videos sound reasons why the US dollar price decline may still yet continue for quite a while, but without the necessary collapse that some pundits have been predicting for decades. That said, the new Biden administration is unlikely to help the dollar's value hold stronger during the next 4 years ahead. But who knows? Now, as we mentioned, going back to platinum in video 1 of our platinum price forecast, every year we are asked by subscribers what is our view on platinum and how we see it faring during the course of the next 12 months or so. Now, at the time of the first video, platinum was standing at $1,042 an ounce and is now currently $1,078 as we produce this, having dipped as low as $593 on the 19th of March of 2020, its lowest level for almost 20 years, and being as high as $1,118 on the 4th of January of this year. Now, in part 1, we looked at Investing Haven's prediction for platinum, which suggested that platinum ultimately has an upside potential of some 80% or $1,800 an ounce in 2022 or beyond, but in 2021 we shall quite likely to see price targets of between $1,350 and $1,500. So how does this compare with other serious forecasters on this precious metal? Well, we came across an article published by Kitco towards the end of last year, and we thought we would just look at some excerpts from that article, not the whole article itself, but excerpts from that article, as, to be fair, their analysis seems reasonable and has provided quotes that really we would also re-quote if we were producing the same article. So let's just take a quick look. Kitco article dated 31st of December 2020, headline, Platinum and Palladium to run higher as industrial demand picks up in 2021, by Niels Christensen. Although gold attracted a lot of attention in 2020, especially after hitting an all-time high in August, investors should have been paying attention to platinum group metals, PGMs, according to some analysts. Like all other assets, the PGM space has been extremely volatile this past year as investors have tried to navigate the massive uncertainty and economic destruction caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. However, looking ahead, many analysts are fairly optimistic that platinum and palladium will attract new investor attention due to rising industrial demand as the global economy starts to recover from the effects of the coronavirus. The two metals are primarily used in autocatalytic converters to reduce harmful exhaust emissions. Palladium is used in gasoline-powered engines and platinum is used in diesel-powered vehicles. Platinum also has a slight advantage over palladium when it comes to physical demand, as it also has a small jewellery market. Platinum and palladium saw some renewed interest in November after Democratic candidate Joe Biden solidified his presidential win. Economists and market analysts expect that a Biden administration will lead to tighter environmental regulations and a renewed focus on developing green energy technology. In a report published last month, Jonathan Butler, precious metals analyst at Mitsubishi, said that one of the first acts of the new government will be to rejoin the Paris Climate Accord. While analysts expected platinum and palladium to push higher next year, the sentiment is mixed as to what metal will outperform in 2021. Metal's focus is relatively neutral on platinum, and it expects prices to average $1,000 an ounce next year. Quote, jewellery demand will remain healthy due to platinum's hefty discount to gold. Overall, the market is expected to become broadly balanced in 2021, keeping above ground stocks near record levels, unquote, the analyst said. Analysts at TD Securities are also slightly more optimistic on palladium compared to platinum. The Canadian bank also sees palladium pushing closer to $3,000 an ounce by the end of next year, but they see platinum prices averaging the year around $1,013 an ounce, with prices peaking in the fourth quarter. Quote, overall, the pandemic aftershocks will likely result in a primary market surplus for platinum, particularly driven by a strong recovery in South African production. Yet we expect investment demand for the metal to balance the market when the dust settles. While speculative demand for platinum has not benefited from the surge in appetite for gold and silver, it will likely benefit from speculative interest in the reflationary tailwinds expected for next year as the vaccine deployment helps the global recovery, unquote, the commodity analysts said in their 2021 report. Analysts at Commerzbank gives platinum a slight edge in 2021. In its outlook forecast, the bank sees platinum prices averaging $1,250 an ounce in the fourth quarter of next year, which is 2021, up nearly 17% from current prices. For the year, the German bank sees platinum prices averaging around $1,125 an ounce and palladium $2,475. One major wildcard that could have a significant impact on PGM metals and push platinum demand higher is the development of green hydrogen technology. While many economists are expecting to see surging demand for electric vehicles in the coming years, battery technology has not been sufficient enough for heavy-duty vehicles. Many companies are looking at hydrogen fuel cells to fill the important void. Platinum is the critical metal used in the process that separates water into hydrogen and oxygen. Quote, new demand for platinum is definitely creating a compelling investment story for the precious metal and could drive industrial demand, said Steve Dunn, head of exchange-traded products at Aberdeen Standard Investments, in a recent interview with Kitco News. Trevor Raymond, head of research at the World Platinum Investment Council, said he's watching the developing green hydrogen economy very closely. Quote, for many governments, fighting climate change has become a major priority, but fewer funds are available to make broad sweeping changes. The development of hydrogen as an alternative fuel source is one of the most cost-effective options we have, unquote, he said in an interview with Kitco News. Okay, so we have a price range, not as bullish as Investing Haven has been, but certainly positive for the precious metal, with a focus of higher prices towards the end of this year. A supposition which, frankly, we find difficult to argue with. We may differ as to which month, of course. But gov.capital.com does argue with that and sees platinum prices falling later this year, but then is very positive platinum in 2022 rising above $1,500 and up to $2,300 potentially in 2023. And to be fair, we also see the major growth of the platinum price occurring over the course of those 2 years as well. But we'll explain more in episode 3. Now, the long forecast, whom we look at for other precious metals for reference, differ again over the next couple of years. So let's take a quick glance, literally just a minute or so, at what they predict. Looking at the long forecast for platinum, we can see that even since we started the video, it's moved up again slightly to $1,077. And the long forecast is predicting for 2021, first of all, and we'll look at 2022 as well. I'll make this a little larger. They're predicting essentially a high of $1,178 for platinum in this month, rising to $1,222, all the way up to $1,427 by the end of May, dipping then for a few months, and then rising again towards the end of the year to as high as $1,531. Notice the low seems pretty standard, just holding above $1,000. Moving on to 2022, it then takes a slightly different approach to the view taken by some of the other forecasters, and is suggesting that prices will dip a little until again close to the end of the year, where it will resume back to the sort of $1,400-$1,500 level, and then it just starts with the beginning of 2023 at $1,441. In conclusion, we see some limited downside for platinum, taking a 2 to 3 year view into account, and an upside which most appear at least to be agreed that will be somewhere around $1,500 or higher towards the upper end, with some as high as $2,300 who are rather more bullish. Now, accounting for those who agree that 1,500 might be the limit, and that potentially could well occur within the next 12 to 18 months, if not sooner, then providing they're right, then a 39% gain from current prices in 12 to 18 months should not really be ignored by serious potential investors. Now, we shall give our forecast in part 3, but on the face of it, it certainly looks that platinum's future is looking quite positive indeed. What do you think? Meanwhile, thank you so much for listening. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe to our channel, not forgetting to press the bell sign so you're notified of our videos as and when they are published. We hope you have found this video interesting and informative, and if so, please give it a thumbs up and share it on social media. Please ensure that you have subscribed to our channel and press the bell sign so that you are notified of any future videos. Also, kindly visit our website at illuminatisilver.com, and if you haven't already done so, please subscribe either as a free or paying member for regular email updates and offers. Disclaimer: Illuminati Silver owners come from a background of banking, international wealth management and economics. Having now retired from these worlds, we are not qualified to give investment advice. Therefore, this and other productions must not be deemed to be giving such advice and merely represent the personal views of its owners.